Hello guys, I'm super excited to connect with you guys. Welcome to Ludeta Think Media with Adeolali Atekoja. This afternoon, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 freeze framework that help me deal with and how I overcome the imposter syndrome. By the way, if you are new on this channel, I ask you to please subscribe to my channel and please like my channel. Thank you everyone for your support. I'm so thankful. In the United States of America, I remember coming into the state few years ago, and I want to just share and relate with you how it was for me. From the little experience I shared, for some of you that have watched my past video, I made mention of how my growing up days and how I suffered low self-esteem, inferiority complex, and how I even attempted suicide because I was thinking my life was just not what I expected it to be. And that is why I decided to do this video to help someone that might be going through this particular spin in his or her experience in life. Let's dive into it by taking the first piece. What is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is a feeling of when you begin to feel you are not qualified. It's a persistent and a consistent inner belief that you are not qualified for a certain success or a certain level of achievement in life. And this is rooted mostly in our childhood. If you are very conversant with your childhood, if you are the type that suffer from low self-esteem, inferior complexity, and self-doubt, you will discover that many of these things are associated with how we were raised. Growing up with our parents, maybe you are the type that your mother do not really care about you. Maybe you are the type that normally when you talk, people shut you down. Maybe you are the type you are not vocal. Like seeing me standing before the camera and talking to you guys this very afternoon is just a proof of the fact that I have been able to deal with my imposter syndrome. Because back then in the days, I used to be a core introvert. I don't talk. I just withdraw. Anytime you see me, you hardly see me talk. You wonder if I even talk. You wonder if I even eat. But today, I can tell you that the journey has been awesome. And I'm going to be sharing you how I took those steps and how I'm here today. And it is doable for you looking at me out there, because if I'm able to do it, yes, you are, and you will be able to do it too. The first thing that happened, I want to quickly share this story with you. When I came into the States, I have a 9-month-old baby. There was an event at Christmas that I attended with my family. And on getting to that occasion, I just looked for a corner where I'm just going to sit and hide myself so that nobody is going to notice what is. And can I shock you? Just by where I was sitting, I was still trying to adjust my baby and put her well in a car seat. A lady just approached me and said, "Oh, this is a very cute and lovely baby. Can I carry her?" And while she was saying, I was just like, "It's okay, I've been carrying her all day, you can carry her." Another person said, "Oh, I want to carry her." And they were like struggling to carry my baby. Wow. When that event happened, I sat back and I watched and I said, wow. So a black woman, somebody that is coming from a loner country far back in Africa, that people don't really see you as somebody important. And I was challenged. I was so thrilled. And I just had them. In fact, I must tell you, throughout the event, I did not even carry my baby until the time we were able to round up and we were almost going home. That taught me a lesson that some of the beliefs that you entertain in your brain, in your head, about yourself, most times, they are not right. They are not the truth. But because you don't know how you can sever yourself from engaging in those things, they kind of give you a kind of imposter. That when people see you, that is the image they want to recognize with you. And the first thing that I did in overcoming this is the first thing that I want to share with you. And that is the fact that first identify with a reference point where you did something successful in life that you are proud of. That is the first step. I want to quickly share this story with you. I remember when I told you in the past that I sat home. I was at home for 7 years because I could not pass my entry exam into the university. And until the 7th year that I was able to enter the university, when I eventually finished with a grade that I felt it would not allow me to even further my course to have a master's program. And so when I applied into the then University of Lagos, UNILAG, to read environmental management, I felt this same imposter syndrome that I'm discussing with you about. A lot of people came for the entrance exam, entry program, and many people failed. Do you know when I saw my name come out as one of the people that passed the course, I can't believe myself. I cannot believe myself. And many of my friends that also wrote the qualifying entrance exam, and many of them told me they were not able to make it. For the first time in my life, that experience told me you can. You so believe in yourself and stop this negative self-belief that you entertain. That experience taught me something, that you can always come out of those triggers, of those subconscious thoughts, of those years of layers of self-doubt that you have piled up subconsciously, that always play itself back into your mind and tells you you are not good enough for a course. And then another story that I want to share to buttress this point was the fact that when I came here to the state, I applied for a job, and after going for the interview, there was a training we had to do for 3 days. The first training test I did, I think we were 2 black people in that training. And when the result came out, I scored the highest. And I began to look at the white women and guys that were, some of them huge, some of them lanky, you know. Just look at them. And some of them, you know, their accent and whatever. I look myself, I don't have accent. I am a woman of color. I don't even think anybody can accept me. And I was almost going to write myself up. But when the result came out, I saw that I came first. I was scored the highest. The second day, when the second training happened, some of them started coming close to me because we were going to write another test for the next training. And I was just like, Diola, you mean you can be this successful? You mean it is not actually true that you are not good enough? It is actually true that you have stuff that can help you impart your world. It is actually true that you have something you can give and offer to the world. And the second day, we had to do some exams that has to do with you doing and typing and finishing it up on the laptop, and you know, it's an exam based on the computer. And some people over there, I was shocked, were struggling to get this stuff done. Man, I want to encourage you, and I want to tell you, you guys listening to me at this moment, that some of the things we believe about ourselves, they are fear, negative fear that are appearing real. Most of them are not real. And that is why I want to encourage you today that the first step to you overcoming imposter syndrome, the mentality of not good enough, is for you to look at those rallying points, look at those events in your life where you were so proud of yourself. Begin to move from that point and that strength, and draw energy and draw strength to go through anything you decide to do in life. Another thing that helped me was the fact that I volunteered. I want to advise, if you think you are suffering with this imposter syndrome, each time you have opportunity to volunteer, I ask you to go ahead and do that. Because when you volunteer, you are telling yourself that you don't want to write yourself up, that there can be some areas of your life you are good at and you want to willingly give it. And do you know the trick there is that when you go ahead and volunteer, you are not expecting anybody to expect the best from you, because it's a volunteer. You are just doing it, and because you are just doing it, you are not putting any pressure on you to overperform or to show people that you are this. And therefore, you can be at rest, your mind can be calm, and from that state of mind, you can equally challenge yourself to bring out stuff. I remember back here in the States too, there was a time that back at home, there was a time the church I was attending, they needed a person who knows how to play piano. And there was nobody to play. Some of the people that volunteered, they got admission, they left. And I volunteered and I went for the training. And eventually, after I was trained, I started playing the keyboard. I started playing it in my local church then. There was an event. And then in that event, I was there. Then nobody was there to play the keyboard. I just walked up to the place where the piano was and I started playing. And do you know what? After that program, 3 people walked up to me and asked me, can you teach me how to play keyboard? I don't know you know how to play this. How did you learn it? I said, while I was at it doesn't really take long. If you have the interest, you will definitely master it. And that was how, guys, people that are looking at people that are already, like these people I was talking about, they are in their 3rd year in the school of medicine. They are top shots, you know. And that day, I got my self-esteem back. I was able to believe in myself that, okay, just because I added some value to myself, I was able to challenge somebody, and that person is coming down to me to ask me to give him one of my skills. That's awesome. And I encourage you to volunteer too, whenever you have opportunity to do so. There was a volunteer session in the church that I attend here in the state, and it has to do with children and parenting. And in that class, I just raised up my hand and I gave my advice and what I believe about raising children. And by the way, in this channel, you know, it's all about relationship, about personal growth, and about financial success. And I'm going to be featuring some of those tips too that can help us further the cause in being good parents to our children. So when I gave them the breakdown of how I've been able to achieve some success in my bid to raise my children up, a lot of them came after the end of that meeting to ask for my notes, because I read out of some of the details, list of what I do with my children daily. I was super impressed that day. So color, accent, whatever, wherever you are coming from, origin does not even matter. And I have made up my mind, anytime I engage in my world, I don't want to mind whether my color, whether my accent, whether my qualification or my look, whatever. If I have stuff, if I have value to give, people are gonna listen to me. And that is what I want to tell you. I don't want you to write yourself up. No matter what the past has been with you, you can rewrite a plain sheet of future that is bright, because you will start doing this next point, which is point number 3, and which is begin to replace the negative self-talk that you have in your subconscious mind with educative, inspirational, motivational content. And I told you back in this previous video that I shared that YouTube became my teacher. I started listening to men and women who, through this understanding, have changed their world. I change my world. I recreate my world by listening to guys like that, reading books that will motivate me, reading books that will assert my value, reading books that will tell me I'm good enough, reading books that can help me. And in the description button, I'm going to be putting the links to some of the books that I read. There is one book that I read by Napoleon Hill. It is The Science of Self-Discovery. The Science of Self-Discovery. That book changed my life. I'm going to put the link also in the video. Thank you everybody for watching. So far, if you are finding value and you have found value in what I've shared so far, I want you to please like this page. I want you to please share it with your friends. You might not know who this video can be helping. And this is where I'm going to stop in today until I come back next week with another exciting and eventful video. Thank you for watching and see you then. Bye for now.